Hello viewers, Namaste. I welcome you all to BurderPix.com. This is Gauri once again, and today we are meeting Dr. Sudhir Hasamnis sir. He is from Pune and he used to work with Tata Motors. Sudhir Hasamnis sir, welcome to BurderPix.com.
Thank you. Good evening to all of you.
कैसे हैं सर आप?
मैं बहुत अच्छा हूँ.
ओके सर, आपके बारे में हमारे व्यूवर्स को कुछ बताएं प्लीज.
बेसिकली मैं मैकेनिकल इंजीनियर हूँ और उसके बाद में आई डिड माय एग्जीक्यूटिव MBA and then I did my PhD doctorate in strategic planning process. I used to work with Tata Motors, then I superannuated, and now I'm working to help MBA students. And last 3 years, I picked up photography as my hobby, so that I can work on basically bird photography. So I started doing 3 years before my retirement. It is now helping me as my good hobby.
Okay, so you are a doctor PhD. You are from you have retired from Tata Motors. Now you are helping the MBA students. And how come you suddenly came to the photography and that too especially bird photography, sir?
That is very interesting story behind it. In 2011 December, I actually had a heart attack. I was sitting in one live concert, classical concert. There I had a heart attack, but unfortunately I could not understand that it was a heart attack. Later on, after 5-6 days, I could see that there was a problem with my energy. So I went to doctor and got checkup, and then realized it was a heart attack. So I got operated for that. I have now two stents. There were 90% blocks, so I had two stents put up, and then I was ordered for sort of a rest for 2 or 3 months at home. So I had one camera with me, which is a point and shoot camera, Sony. So I was trying to shoot birds from my window because I was not allowed to go out. So I was doing that. Then I started hobby because in the beginning I was not knowing which bird is what. So I started taking help from my Pune friends, and we have a very good group at Pune. There is a website called Birds of Pune, and there is a one WhatsApp group called Bird Monitors of Pune. So they help all the newcomers and who want to learn in birding. So that was my start, and it has given me a great relief from my ailments. And actually, I had forgotten. If somebody asks me now, then only I realize.
Oh, so it is quite interesting. See, birders. Again, we have come across one other person. Initially, I would like to tell our birders that there was one birder of ours. His interview is in the interview section. He also said that he had a massive heart attack and was advised by doctor that don't just take tension. You start some hobby, find out some stress buster. So he
Correct.
found out birding and bird photography as a stress buster. And when we were interviewing him, he told me, and I was amazed to hear from him that after starting birding and bird photography, he started walking for 6 to 7 kilometers at a stretch,
Yes,
and which
correct.
is actually amazing thing. The thing is that if birding gives you joy, birding de-stresses you, it gives you relief, and you can see the amazing things, you can see miracles can happen. So,
Correct.
and also, yeah, 2-3 days back we took interview of Mr. Dilip Patil, who is from Kolhapur. He is a 68 years old person, and he told me that because of birding, he also used to walk for 6 to 8 kilometers per day, and he told me
Correct.
that birding is his tonic.
Yes.
So, Hasamnis sir, I want to just salute you guys, because things with all these elements and sufferings you are doing it all well, and also birding, I must say it is such a fascinating thing. So
Yeah.
coming to the next topic, Next thing I would like to ask you, ki, what are the places you have visited up till now for birding?
Actually, last year I went to Tanzania. So Tanzania was a great trip with Sudhir Shivram. Then
Oh,
I have roamed around most of the part of the Maharashtra now, but my favorite place is Dandeli. Recently, I've been to Goa also. Dandeli, basically, the old magazine house and Dandeli Timber Depot is my favorite place. But we have a very good birding spots in and around Pune. So we have a
yes.
Simbagad Valley, we have a Pabe Ghat, we have Pashan. Plus, we go to Alibag, which is a nearby. Pune has a lot of birding areas nearby. Also, biggest area is Saswad for raptors and other kind of birds. So we keep on visiting all these areas very regularly.
Right, sir. As you said, old magazine house is your favorite, and
Yes,
you also mentioned some of the places around Pune. Also, one of our birder, Mr. Hitesh Nangre, who is also
yes,
from
yes.
Pune, and you must be
Yeah,
knowing him, right?
yeah, yeah. Good friend of mine.
Okay. We also he also gave us he was also kind enough to give us interview because he's
Yeah,
very busy person. But he
correct.
also told us about many spots around Pune which are good places for birding. Like sir said, I would like to re-mention them. They are Saswad, they are
Yeah,
Tamrighat, they are Pashan, it is Sinhagad Valley, and
correct.
also there is Bigwad, which is near
Big
Pune.
one is another good place.
Yes, and there is some also new some sanctuary is there, some near Bigwad. This is very good, which I heard.
Mayureshwar. Mayureshwar.
Mayureshwar, yes, Mayureshwar, right, sir.
These are all our
So
regular places.
wow. So you are one of the lucky person who is in regular touch and who is doing regular birding. So
Correct.
tell me one more thing, sir. What makes Dandeli your favorite place? Which bird makes Dandeli your favorite place?
The Andel is actually known for a lot of endemic birds of Western Ghats, but the bird for which we normally go is a trogon, Malabar trogon. So we all of us we actually saw so-called die to photograph that bird. So it is sort of a regular visit to get Malabar trogon.
Oh, so your favorite is Malabar Trover,
Yeah,
right?
Malabar. Yes.
Oh, okay, sir. And I would also like to ask you, is there any experience now since 3 years you are in this field, and do you have any experience to share with us, a
Yeah, sure.
specific experience related to birding or bird photography?
Yeah, sure, sure. One experience I will share it. It is from Melghat. Melghat is basically known for the forest owlet. I had a dream of getting that bird for a long time. So last Ganpati festival, we decided to go to Melghat. So we actually drove down for 16 hours to reach that destination, and it rained heavily. We could not reach the destination in time. We should have been there by morning, but we had to stay at Shegav. Then we went to that point, reach very late, around 11 o'clock. And the person who was trying to help us said, "Let's try our luck," but we should have been there by 9:30. So we went to the field around 11 o'clock, and it was great delight that it the bird came within 15 minutes. And
Oh,
between 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock, we got ample shots, including its hunting also.
wow. So in other words, I would like to say it was a destiny's plan for you to be late because you were
Absolutely.
supposed to see the kill bird with the kill and everything.
Yeah. And another interesting story, can I share with you?
Yes, sir.
There is,
Please.
there is another interesting story is all of us we knows the Nana's sanctuary, which is Solapur. for Great Indian Bustard. So I went there to get photographs of Great Indian Bustard. I did that, though it was a little long distance shots. I got good shots, but something happened to the card, and most of the photographs sort of got washed out. I was not able to read the photographs, and as everybody knows that Great Indian Bustard died last year also. So I knew that I had seen it, but I had no good photographs. So last year, after that, I planned a visit to Kutch side, Greater Run of Kutch, and I went there. There also we had to travel for non-stop, almost Pune to Ahmedabad and Ahmedabad to that particular field for many hours. But my luck was there. I was there for 3 days, and all the 3 days I could see two great Indian bustards all the time. They were last was so I was so lucky that they were within our 20 feet. So I
Oh,
could get full frame photographs of GRB.
so it was a feast for you.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Worth
Two
time.
great Indian bustards in range of 20 feet is a feast.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sir, which camera do you use or prefer?
Actually I started my photography with Canon 600D, which is a very basic kind of camera. Then I switched to 6D, which is a full frame camera, and now I have a 7D Mark II, which is a basically very good camera for wildlife. So I am using 6D camera with 7D Mark II, two bodies with me, and I have 300 f4 prime lens. I have the Tamron 150-600, which is a zoom lens, and just now I bought a 100-400 Canon, which is IS2 latest model.
Wow, that's a great thing. And would you like to give some tips for us, birders like us who are amateur or who are new in this field? Some tips for birding and some tips for bird photography.
Yeah, for birders, there is a tip which we also learnt over the period is that we don't encroach that area. We allow the birder to be in comfort, bird in comfort. So what we normally do is give the time to the bird and don't approach suddenly. So we take our own time to be there. It's no problem if you miss a shot, but we should not try to disturb the bird community. Even the for wildlife also we do the same thing. It's no problem if you miss a photograph, but what you should be doing is don't disturb that area. uh, there are places like Simagad Valley where you can really sit near to the where the birds are perching, but in some other areas like Saswad and Tamini where the birds are shy, there we try to use hides. We try to sit in bushes, wait for the bird to come. We allow that bird to be in comfort, then only we start clicking. So that could be advice from my side to the birders. And bird photography tips is basically whenever you are on the field, first try to get the test shots. Look at your settings. It happens that you go there and you have not seen at your camera and settings, and suddenly you go there and you get the bird what you want, and then you try to start shooting with the same settings what you had earlier. So what I try to do is go there, check the setting, get some test pics, test your test pics the way you want, then set the ISO aperture according. So first is have a look at the settings and see that there is no hurry to take the shot. So select your place, look at the background, look at the angle, and then only click the pics.
Okay. So see, birders every time. This is very much this is very much important. Every time all these mature birders, all these experienced birders are repeating the one thing, and that is don't encroach the area of birds. Don't make them fly away. Don't make them afraid. You slowly go. If you miss one or two or three shots, you will definitely get good photographs once the bird comes near to you, or you get a good height, natural or artificial, you get a good height. You can take n number of photographs of the bird, but for that, for your hobby, don't disturb the bird and don't disturb their habitat. Thank you very much, sir. This is we are I'm since when I'm taking interviews, I've seen that every birder, every hardcore birder like you, he repeats that don't disturb birds or don't disturb
Yes,
wildlife and don't disturb the habitat. And next
correct.
thing you said, which is very important, that it happens. Even I have seen that with the earlier setting, I go and click and something happens and photo doesn't come clear, or it gives too much
Correct.
brightness or too much dull it comes. You said what you said is very much important. All we have to keep in mind is that before shooting we have to check for the settings. Thank you very
Correct.
much, sir. But
Thank you.
last and the not least question is that are you active in the field of conservation, or if you are doing something, please let us know.
Yeah, yeah. Basically, whenever we are in this field, we are actually wildlife conservers. So we do a lot of this kind of work. One is the place where I stay. We do the cleaning of the hill so that the place remains clean for the wildlife. So we remove water bottles, glasses. People come and drink on the hillside, so we remove those bottles from there. We remove the plastic bags. Uh, Even though there are two thought streams, I still keep water for the birds. So I have five water baths near my house where I give water every day to all the birds. I'm trying to help one organization where they are trying to do study on Great Indian Bustard. It is in initial stages, but I am trying to help them with the data collection and other things what I have.
Very nice, sir. Very nice work you are doing. And as you said that, I really appreciate that. Putting water, yes. Nowadays people are aware, like because of you, people like you, they are aware they are putting water for the birds. But you said that you clean the area, which is more important. See, birders, conservation means conservation of the bird, conservation of the habitat, and
Yeah,
conservation of wildlife.
correct.
Wildlife and birds only when the habitat is preserved. And what sir is doing, what Hasamnis sir is doing, he is preserving the habitat by removing the plastic, which is the prime thing which destroys the habitat. So,
Yeah.
and again, you are doing work and helping the organization for the GIB thing. I really congratulate, sir, and I thank you
Thank you.
very much. You are doing very good things and you are taking very nice steps, and we would definitely follow your steps and will keep it in mind. Thank you very
Thank
much,
you.
sir. It was very nice talking with you. We got very nice information, and thank you very much, sir. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you.